Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Duffy Aquatics. Just making another update video. As you can see, I'm getting there. So all of these square ponds have been replaced. These are now, I'm trying to do two things at once. Finish landscaping up the back and moving all the tubs around, and potting up water lilies at the same time. So the next few weeks I should have a whole bunch of water lilies available. If you're in Gold Coast or Brisbane and you want to pick them up, just send me a message. These are one visa. They're not in flower at the moment because I've just missed them. The bigger baskets like these ones I'll be selling for $20, and the small ones I'll be selling for $10. So they're good for little patio ponds if you've got somewhere in the full sun and you want to give some shelter for your fish. So I've got some guppies in here and some guppies in here, but all of these tubs are going to be guppy ponds. I'm trying to move these tubs, but what I'm doing is I'm going to backfill there, pave up there so that I can get these tubs up there until I get some IBCs and I can start spamming out the rice fish. Because in here is a Pseudomogel luminatus. I've got orange rice fish in here that I've got to scoop out all this algae from. Black rice fish in here. These are Miyuki white rice fish. And then these are the, I think they're Kohaku rice fish. So you can see the little bit of white and like red orange to them. As they mature, they'll be a bit better, and once I start getting some eggs out of them, they'll be even better than that again. And I've got these rice fish here and all through here that I'll have to sort out as well as some of the babies. So these are some platinum ones, so I will have some available very soon. If you're after some platinum rice fish, let me know. These are baby platinums. These are the breeding stock. I've got some nice flowers on some of the lilies, and then of course frogs have been breeding in here as well, so I have to sort out these tubs, move the lilies around. I've got to level this pond, but everything is starting to get there now, and we've ripped up all the pavers for here, so I'm starting to backfill behind here. I've still got to put more crusher dust down there so I can pave there, but I've got to get the pavers first, so I'm going to focus on the back before I do anything. I moved wagtail platies in here. They all just scattered. These are variatus platies in here, and then I've got a whole bunch of balloon mollies that were in a tub down there quarantining up in here. And when I was emptying out the quarantine tub, the balloon mollies have had a heap of babies. A couple guppies in here that survived when I was moving them, but you see how healthy and happy these balloon mollies are, except for this one. So this one here is not that healthy. You see how skinny it is compared to the other ones, and its swimming is a lot slower. It'll spend a lot of the time hanging around the surface, so if it doesn't improve in the next few days, because I've had them for about 4 weeks quarantining, I'll have to remove him, and I'll have to dispose of him because I can't risk any disease spreading like wildfire. Sunset platies in here. These are all babies. The adults, they didn't fare too well in a choked out pond, but the babies were doing pretty well, so I've separated them into there. And then this is where I'm going to put all the small black tubs to raise up some rice fish fry, as well as some of the Gertrude and luminatus fry as well. So hopefully come the next fish auction I'll have some interesting things to bring with me, but it's getting there. Yeah, this is the area that I've still got to finish leveling out. I've got to move these tubs up to the back there, and then this will all be paved. I'm so tempted to put a whole bunch of ponds here, but I'm going to use this as more of a outdoor cooking area so that our family can actually enjoy the backyard and have somewhere quite nice. So I think by the end of this, my garden will look very much like a water garden. These black tubs here, I've been umming and ahhing about, do I frame them so they stop bowing like this? But I'm thinking what I might do is in the near future is replace them with IBCs and just pull out the paving a little bit further to fit 2 IBCs on either side instead of having these 3 tubs. So it means I'll have less variety of fish that I can keep in there, but it will be more aesthetically pleasing, and I'll be able to do what I'm doing better than if I just have smaller tubs. And while I've got you guys here, I'll put my 2 cents in for Nick's bloodworm video. As has been pointed out by some people, in the comments that are also kind of crucifying him at the same time. He did make a few mistakes with how bloodworm work. I think he's also confused the fact that the bloodworm that we feed to our aquarium fish are the larval form of non-biting midges, opposed to what we have in Australia, which is like the biting midges or culicoides, which are a huge pain in the ass. But the larvae from them are actually detrivores, and they just kind of eat the scum out of ponds. So what I think has happened to his fish is probably one of two things. The cultures that they're using for the particular brand of food that he was feeding his fish could be tainted with some form of bacterial contamination. Or the second thing, which could be more likely, especially if you live in Australia. If you don't live in Australia, you probably don't understand how hot it gets here. It's been scorching hot last few months, and unrelenting humidity, so things are defrosting very quickly. And if you've got frozen food that has been frozen, defrosted, then refrozen, it can lead to food poisoning, even for your fish, ammonia spikes, all this sort of stuff. So I think he's just gotten tainted food, probably from the suppliers not packing his food correctly before being shipped to his shop, because I've fed bloodworm for all my life and never had an issue. There's something else that I see repeated in his comments and in some of the other reaction videos that I've seen. Alec from not Secret History anymore, Fishstory, he did a great video on it, and in his comments some people are saying that they think that Nick's made the video for the bloodworm to try and push his own brand of fish food and make people go away from bloodworm. I don't think that's the case as well, because Nick's bug buffet doesn't really cater to what you'd feed bloodworm to. So if you're feeding Oscars, bloodworm, or gold severums, stuff like that, your bigger fish, you're not going to start feeding the bug buffet, because that's a really powdery food, and they're not going to be able to eat it. It's going to make a mess of your tank. So I don't think that's the case either. I think he's just been very emotional, had a whole bunch of expensive fish die on him, and the cause has been the food, and that's why he's made that video. So take it easy on him. He's not a bad person. He's not trying to destroy the hobby. I think he's just having a bad run with that fish food.